Hello YouTube again. This is part two of speech and drama team individual events. This time I'm going to talk about impromptu speaking, radio speaking, and hopefully extemporaneous speaking if I have enough time. But the impromptu speaking I'm going to start with and see how it goes. Impromptu speaking is from the individual events description here. Is students are given a quotation, word or phrase or proverb and have 2 minutes to prepare a 6 minutes to present a speech relative to the topic. So I had a friend do this one time, and he had to take some quotes or just phrases and stuff, and give a 6 minute speech about that. So like let's say like a I don't know, I can't think of any quotes right now. Like a random like okay, here we go. Proverb, wise man proverb, a man is as good as the company he keeps, or something like that. And he just has come up with a 6 minute for a 6 minute freaking speech about how he has 2 minutes to do this. He has 2 minutes to make a 6 minute speech, and it has to be relative to the topic and maybe to like touch about 3 or 4 points, and has to be coherent and never go off tangents and stuff. Has to come to the point, and you can't talk about random stuff, and it has to make sense and stuff like that. But people do talk about random stuff, and that's where it gets funny to watch. And it's really a sort of skill, really, to be good at this, because if you can talk about some random Walt Disney quote from 25 years ago or like 50 years ago from freaking Abraham Lincoln, or just, I'm just really, I don't know, but I don't know any specific examples, but it's just random stuff. And if you can speak about for that 6 minutes, you're good. Um, and don't get me wrong, it may seem easy at first, but once you get in there, like you get ready 2 minutes to prepare, you have like a note card and all this other stuff, and you have to write down all these. You don't really write a speech, or write like bullet points to talk about, and it's a struggle for some people because they're like can't even think their next sentence, and it's a struggle. So yeah, that's impromptu. Now on to I'm actually gonna talk about extemporaneous speaking instead of radio speaking, because extemp sort of goes into a impromptu speech, but it doesn't. So let's just see. Extemporaneous speaking from the description here is organizational skills are necessary as a student keeps a file of information pertaining to current events. In contests, the participant draws three topics, picks one, and prepares a speech for 45 minutes, and then gives a speech about 6 minutes. So it's sort of like impromptu, but it's not. You're chosen given three things to choose from, and then you choose one at random, and then you read them all and you choose one. Wait, you draw three topics from a little hat or something like that. You pick one of those three, and then you go and make a speech for 45 minutes from this like folder or computer of information you have, and you have 45 minutes to complete a 6 minute speech, a coherent, nice, tangible piece of speaking. And it's like impromptu because it's completely you don't know what this you don't know what the speech is going to be about. Like for all you know, they could have three quotes from this weird person in some weird year, and it's just you don't even know. It also could be some current events like who did this in this country from during this time, or like who did this in this country during that time, and it's just I have really no idea what I've never seen an extemp speech, but I assume it's hard because you have 45 minutes to come of a 6 minute speech. And yeah, so that's extemporaneous speaking. If you have any questions about these two speeches, because I'm going so fast over these speech individual events, go on to the IHSA site, look at speech team, and then they'll give you some nice description of the rules and all this other stuff. But this is the basics basically, because if you know this stuff, you can figure out which ones are your strongest and whatnot. So now onto radio speaking. Radio speaking, the student organizes a news broadcast in 45 minutes prep time, which contains local, national, and international news with the commercial, weather, and sports. The broadcast must be between 4 minutes and 50 seconds and 5 minutes and 5 seconds, or the competitor is disqualified for that round. And so they give you a sort of you want 5 minutes. It's the best thing you could possibly do because 4 minutes and 54 seconds maybe cutting it, and 5 minutes and 3 seconds maybe cutting it. 5 minutes of what you want to go for. And the radio, we have like two people going doing radio. No, three people doing radio at our speech and our honor speech team. And when they when I see them do it, they have like this newspaper that they cut out articles and then tape them into this little form they have so they can read it smoothly. And they have to come up with a name and all this other stuff. And if you don't speak coherently, like if you like stumble on words and stuff, you will get docked. If you like don't think something right, you'll get docked. And yeah, it's just struggle. You speak. Don't For this round though. You don't have the judges look at you. Like the judges will face the other way, and you'll read it. And it's really interesting to say the least because you have the script in front of you, but you have to read it in a way that's because they don't see your face for one, so there's no real facial or emotional emotions to go with the speech, unlike other pieces, and it's real interesting. So yeah, radio impromptu and extemporary is one of the is it's what I call the prep times. It's a prep event because all three have a preparatory event, preparatory time. Impromptu being 2 minutes, extemp and radio both being 45 minutes to prep for these pieces. And I can never do that. I can never do that personally, but I know people who have, and it's very, very brave of them, I guess, because it's me. I can't do that. I need to know what I'm talking about when I get in there, but yeah. I know there's a lot of people. There's some people who are really good at it, and they go far in speech with these types of events, and I give it all to them because I could not do that. But yeah. Again, if you have any questions, uh, go into HSA website and stuff, and look at speech event individual events and other rules and stuff, and they'll give you all the bare basics. If you want to start a speech team, or if you don't have if you don't have a speech team, want to start as one, that'd be a good place to go because again, it's awesome. So, look for part 3 of this video. Next time, I will be talking about informative, special occasion speaking, and OO. So, bye. Like, comment, subscribe, and look for either if you want to look at part 1 of this video little series. And if you hopefully will look for the second one, and there's also an intro to speech video if you want to look at that also. So, like, comment, subscribe.